Let's begin now.
Today, I just woke up and I said, instead of waiting on a good day, waiting around through ups and downs, waiting on something to happen, I just said, we're gonna have a good day, and all my homies gonna ride today. That's right. And all these homies look fly today, and all we wanna do is get by today. Hey, we're gonna have a good day, and ain't nobody gotta cry today, 'cause ain't nobody gonna die today. Save that trouble for another day. Hey, we're gonna have a good day. Fresh, new cologne on, feeling so good, change the color.
What's up, guys? Good morning. It's where am I supposed to look with this shit? That's where I see me. That's where you guys. That's where the camera is. That's where I see me. That's where the camera is. Fuck me. The mushrooms kicked in really good today. Today is day 8 of 30, and I thought the mushrooms would stop feeling so potent by now, but I think it was the delivery method. I actually ground them up super fine today with a Vitamix and drank them with some hot water after letting them sit for a little bit, and I put a little miso in there for some probiotic effect too. So, oh boy, fuck, I feel good. But anyways, somebody sent me a link to an Eminem song. I think it's called My Fault, which is a song about mushrooms. And I said, oh yeah, I've heard that song plenty of times. As a matter of fact, I got kicked out of an Eminem backstage experience once. And he was like, really? And it was a DM, and I was like, yeah, it's a long story. And then he goes, okay, make a video out of it. So here's a video, guys. When I was a teenager, I got was I a fucking teenager? Shit, my memory's so bad. I was probably in my early 20s or maybe a teenager. Working in a factory where I got ran over by a forklift and I broke every foot in my bone. Every bone in my foot, lots of bones, like 8 of them in my foot. It was really bad. It was swollen, and the foot I thought it was gonna fucking fall apart when they took my work boot off. And they put me on lots of painkillers, and that's what started my love affair with opiates. I've never had an addiction, but I've always thought they were pretty wonderful. Now after my mushroom revelation, I threw away all my synthetic pills and stuff, and the only way I would touch this stuff is if I could get pure opium, from the poppy, which is the natural way and not as addictive as our refined chemicals have made it. Anyways, that's besides the point. So basically, where was I? I was on a lot of painkillers because of that. And what happened was I was also into hip hop and taking guitar lessons in TJ because I was on workman's comp, so I wasn't going to work. So I would take the trolley down to TJ every day to get guitar lessons, which I absolutely don't remember how to play one chord anymore, but that's probably more from MMA than anything else. All the blows to the head. I love it. The sport is probably not healthy, but what are you going to do? People eat donuts too, Everybody's got their vice. So I was on the trolley, and I was playing with my guitar, and some guy goes, hey, can I see that? And he started like fucking jamming out on it hardcore, way more than I ever could. And for some reason, I just started freestyling. Well, we kept it going, and a lot of people on the trolley were actually like digging it. And when we were done, he's like, hey, what's up, man? And I was like, yeah, cool, whatever, and shit. And he was like, I host some like MC battles and shit. and if you ever want to come, you're welcome to. And then I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then he said, I'm host. I forgot what he was doing, but he was doing something for an Eminem concert. This was way back in the day. It was at the Del Mar Fair, but it wasn't on the fairground. It was like some little venue on that property, and it was at nighttime. It wasn't like he was doing a show at the fair. This was when he was coming up before the first album even got big, and he was like, hey, I can get you backstage passes and shit. I'll put your name on a list. Just show up. So I was like, yeah, cool, and yeah, like most of the days back then, because of my foot, I was taking a lot of painkillers, way more than I should have been, and of course mixing it with alcohol. And I enjoyed the concert very much. I barely remember it, but I know I enjoyed it. And eventually I went backstage after the concert, and they let me in. I was on a list. I was kicking it, having a good time, and like M came in for a little bit, and people were talking. And in my mind, I don't know what I what I was thinking. Of course, I was very drunk and very high on fucking Percocets, and I challenged him to a rap battle, which he did not think was funny. And a fucking very, very, very large African American gentleman picked me up off my feet, literally carried me outside, put me down, and closed the door. So that's the story, guys. The moral of the story is don't do drugs unless it's mushrooms. Have a good day.